Bitcoin has started to recover its losses, regaining $65,000. But did anybody really expect the dollar to rise against Bitcoin with the government deciding to spend another $1.2 trillion today? Also, something crazy was found in the Dogecoin code that nobody previously knew about. It was just announced that President Biden has officially signed the $1.2 trillion spending package into law, and I guess hopefully this is going to be enough to cover his ice cream budget, but it's only going to support the government until October. Back during the 2008 financial crisis, the government was pretty much panicking over the possibility of having to spend $1 trillion to bail out the financial system. But now they're just spending that every couple of months. The national debt goes up by $1 trillion every 100 days, and this thing is only going to get worse, especially if the Fed continues to hold interest rates higher, because that means it makes it harder for us to service that debt. As our debt continues to run out of control and the government continues to ramp up spending, sending all of our money overseas, this is going to continue to devalue the dollar out of existence, and the whole reason why Bitcoin exists is so that we can escape this system. A lot of people are speculating that maybe Ethereum is going to be getting an ETF here in the next couple of months. And while to me it seems like the SEC is probably going to put this off as long as possible, and a lot of people are saying that it's not even going to happen because Ethereum is probably a security since they switched to proof of stake, some really smart people are actually making a really great argument that we might be getting one pretty soon, like Brian Quintens, who's the global head of policy at A16Z Crypto, which is Andreessen Horowitz Crypto, and he's an ex-CFTC commissioner, so he probably knows a little bit of something about what's actually a commodity and what's a security. Brian Quinton says that the SEC pretty much already made a decision on that Ethereum is a commodity and not a security, and he says that when the SEC allowed ETH Futures ETFs to trade in its regulated security exchanges, it explicitly acknowledged the status of the underlying ETH as being a non-security and outside of its jurisdiction. He says if ETH was a security, then the ETH Futures ETF would be an illegal instrument, and the SEC cannot approve an illegal instrument to trade over a national securities exchange. So I don't know if that means that it switching to proof of stake doesn't make it a security, and maybe that if it has this instrument, then it can't basically be classified as a security. But it seems to me that even if the futures ETFs were approved, and then while they're trading, maybe the Ethereum blockchain turns into a security, there should still be a way for them to actually change the classification. But I don't know if that would mean that futures can't continue trading or what. I'm not a former CFTC commissioner, so I guess I'll take this guy's word for it, and it looks like he's saying that the SEC can't really classify Ethereum as a security. And if that's the case, then maybe we're going to get some more kinds of ETFs coming in the future, like maybe even a spot ETF. There's already a lot of Ethereum ETF applications out there, and I think that the deadlines are coming up here in a couple of months. So maybe that is going to be a big catalyst that's going to send us to the upside and exploding into the parabolic part of the bull market. But like I said at the beginning of this rant, I think the SEC is going to try to put this thing off as long as they can. And we have had other senators and stuff like that trying to tell the SEC that they can't approve any more crypto ETFs at this time. But for now, I've pretty much got the mentality of I'll believe it when I see it, and I don't expect it to happen. So if it does, in my opinion, it's just a bonus. And now the news that many of you have been waiting for, the Dogecoin news. V at Repeat After V on X says we found out something that even the Dogecoin creator Billy Marcus didn't know. Apparently Dogecoin does have a cap, even though everybody says that it doesn't, and only 21 trillion coins will ever be minted. She says I'm making this post for history and those that will write about the coin in the future. The guy who on March 21st, 2024 discovered the cap on Doge supply is Richard L at RichDevX. And according to the post that V was referring to, it looks like Doge probably does have a cap, but I'm not sure if this actually brings up a new problem, because if I actually go over to the part that says where the cap is, it looks like there's probably only enough bytes or digits or just room on the blockchain for 2,147,483,647 blocks on the Dogecoin blockchain. And that means with there being 10,000 Dogecoin minted per block, if you multiply this by 10,000, then I guess you get 21 trillion or whatever the heck. Yep, it looks like 21 trillion. And I guess that does actually put a theoretical cap on Dogecoin, which maybe that can be changed in the future. But I don't think that we have to worry about it anytime soon, because I think it's going to take about 2,000 or 2,500 years for all of this to be minted. So basically, nothing has changed with Dogecoin, and we already always had this limit. And I guess that means that maybe if Dogecoin is the galactic reserve currency in the year 4,524, then maybe they'll run into some problems, but I don't think that's really something that we got to worry about now. And I'm sure that they're probably going to be using some kind of other money if even humans do exist at that point. This isn't totally meaningless though, because it does actually give us a cap that we could add onto the information on like Coinbase and stuff like that, so that whenever people research Dogecoin, they know that it's not just like there's going to one day be an infinite number of Dogecoin. And there are many coins out there that are trying to compete with the Dogecoin project, like Shiba Inu, that already have probably a lot more of coins that exist than are ever going to exist or ever possibly even could exist on the Dogecoin blockchain. I've said for a long time that it doesn't really matter to me that there's an unlimited amount of Dogecoin, as people did believe, I guess, a couple of days ago, because there's a certain number of Dogecoin that's created with every block, and that is a diminishing percentage of the total amount of Dogecoin in circulation. So eventually, the inflation rate is going to be below what it is now, and it is already probably below whatever the inflation rate for the dollar is. All of this is basically a technical way of saying that Dogecoin is a better currency than the dollar, and people all around the world use the dollar. So if the dollar can be a valuable currency and people can run a whole economy off of it, then I don't see why they can't with Dogecoin. We'll just have to wait and see how much fate really does love irony. In case you missed it, Coinbase is launching Dogecoin Futures by April, so that's probably going to be sending things to the moon whenever it launches. And maybe leading up to the event, people are going to be hyping this news, so maybe it's going to push us up in the meantime as well. Also, people are now starting to speculate that Dogecoin could actually flip XRP in total market cap, because Elon Musk has been obtaining more and more X payments licenses or money transmitter licenses, and it looks like he's just got about 10 more to go, and maybe that's whenever he's going to be making X payments live and adding Dogecoin as the first cryptocurrency on the platform. A few months ago, people were freaking out, and there was all kinds of crazy articles talking about how Dogecoin had dropped out of the top 10, and I don't even know if that lasted for a day, but I haven't seen any articles saying how it's risen up to the number 8 place position. And if you actually discount stable coins because they're always a dollar, then that would put Dogecoin in the 6th place position, fighting for the 5th place position, with it possibly actually going to achieve that whenever it passes XRP, and all it needs to get is another like $10 billion. It looks like XRP hasn't really been moving at all, and it's only up about 2% in the past 7 days, and since Dogecoin is up a whole 13% in the past 7 days, maybe it does stand a chance to actually pass XRP in the coming months. We'll just have to wait and see if XRP actually gets up and starts moving, or if Dogecoin is just going to keep running and passing all of these other blue chip coins. Also, according to FX Empire, it looks like Dogecoin traders have now invested $800 million in 3 days after Elon Musk's latest move, referring to him getting those 3 new money transmitter licenses. And it looks like the price is reflecting that, with us reaching a floor a couple of days ago, and now we're up almost 41% in just the past couple of days. I was talking about how we could have been putting in an inverse cup and handle, but that I thought we were probably going to be seeing enough volume that we're not going to dip down below the neckline. And since we did extend the neckline all the way down here, with the top of the handle, or really the bottom of the top of the handle anyway, reaching all the way down to about 12 cents. Then it made this handle here, which didn't break the neckline, and that means that basically canceled this pattern out, and it looks like we're going to the upside again. Right now, it looks like we are bouncing off of this or finding some resistance at the 0.618 Fibonacci level for this recent dip that we've been on. And if we can break above this, then maybe we're going to be heading back up to about 19 cents in the next couple of days. But it looks like we might be finding some significant resistance here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down to retest the zero point 0.5 level or maybe even the 0.382. And that could bring us down to 15.5 cents again in the next couple of days, making a higher low here and continuing to the upside ultimately. I was talking about in a couple videos like a week or two ago that we look like we might be forming this big cup and handle on a longer term time frame, and if we did have a retracement here forming a bull flag, then that would pretty much represent the handle. And how you tell a price target for one of these cup and handles is you'll take the height of the cup and extend that to the breakout point on the handle, which if we do break out here in the next couple of days without going down further into this handle shape, then it looks like we have the next price target being about 30.7 cents. And with Bitcoin breaking out of this bull flag formation, heading to the upside with a price target of about $88,000 or $89,000, and on a shorter term time frame, making this inverse head and shoulders here, it looks like if we can break this neckline to the upside, we're actually going to have double confirmation that we're about to pump. Then in my opinion, it looks like as long as we can actually break above about $66,000 and close the day there for Bitcoin, then maybe the whole market is about to explode, with Dogecoin reaching some pretty astronomical price targets. And I hope you guys are subscribed because I can't wait to go to the moon with y'all. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are we actually about to break out and explode to the upside? Or are we never really getting out of this damn poorhouse? Either way, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.